Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making a book jar, and if you don't know what this was created by Sarah over at Mother Effing Books, and she did this as a way to kind of minimize her growing massive to-be-read pile, and I think that's a great idea. I think it will give you incentive. If you're just doing it for that purpose, maybe you'll tell yourself at least once a month or maybe twice a month, I've got to pull from this jar a title of one of my unread books, so that way it's kind of like shrinking the pile down. Maybe you're someone that has so many unread books that you just don't know which book to read next because it's like so overwhelming because you have so many different books. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. It's not like I'm gonna use this for every single book because sometimes I know exactly what I want to read, but if I'm ever unsure, I'll go to this jar. But I think I'm gonna do it, for me, I think I'm gonna do it at least once a month, maybe more, to knock out some of those unread books. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to write down on just little scraps of paper and then just fold them up and throw them in the jar names of books that I own but I haven't read. In my entire life I've never had so many unread books on my bookshelf. Never, ever. Because I used to be the girl that used her head and would only borrow books or go to the library before buying the book. And lately, I've just kind of thrown that out the window. So yeah, hopefully this will help a little bit. And yeah, I have been going to the library lately more. So anyways, let's get to writing. Alright, my first book that's going in my jar is Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. Watched the movie, loved it, but I did not read the book beforehand. I didn't have time. So I'm going to read this, and I actually really want to. Really bad. I just set that over there. Whoosha! Okay, the next book that I want to enter is The Book of Lost Things by John Connolly. I recently just bought this, but this looks like an interesting read, and so I'm gonna put this in the jar. Alright, the next book is Delirium by Lauren Oliver, and I just also recently bought this, but I heard it's a really great trilogy and the last book is out, so I like starting trilogies when I know all 3 books are out. It's nice, you don't have to wait, so I want to read this soon too. I also want to read Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen, and I think I started this and then I stopped, I think, or I think I was going to, I don't remember. I watched the movie, but I just haven't read the book, so I want to do that. This is another book I just recently got, and it is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, and this is one book that I've seen the movie, but I haven't read the book. I just received this book for the genre swap from Read Susie Read, and it is Never Let Me Go by an author's name I cannot pronounce. So I've heard, ever since I posted that video, so many people have told me how amazing this book is, and how the movie is really good too, so I want to read this. The next book, I skimmed through this, but I actually want to sit down and like read the whole thing, and it is Bogus to Bubbly by Scott Westerfield. And it's an insider's guide to the world of uglies, and I absolutely adore the Ugly series. I don't know why I haven't read this. I got it for Christmas, and since then it's just been one book after another, and I just haven't given myself the time. So I really want to read this. The next book is also a new book, and I got this on campus. It was a sale. I just got this really recently, and it is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. And this was such a weird copy with illustrations and everything. And of course I've seen the movie. I've seen a couple different movies. But I just thought it'd be fun to read the book because I never have. So I want to read this one. Next is also going along with the Ugly series. It is Mind Rain. It says edited and original introduction by Scott Westerfield. But it's basically a bunch of authors on the Ugly series. I have a book very, very similar to this, only it's on the Hunger Games. I want to read Bogus to Bubbly before this one, but I just love anything about the Ugly series, and this is another one I got for Christmas, so I really want to read this. So this book hasn't been on my TV read list for the past couple months, and it is Legend by Marie Lu, and I've heard only good things about this book, and then I know Prodigy is out too, so if I do read this book, I will then read Prodigy after. This is kind of like a two-in-one piece of paper, but yeah, I really want to read this. I just keep hearing good things, and people keep telling me to read it, so I need to do it. I want to start the Heroes of Olympus series. I want to start with, obviously, the first one, The Lost Hero. I read Percy Jackson and the Olympians in December, the whole series, and then I got these, but by then I had already moved on to a different series, so I didn't read them. I owned the first three, and I believe The House of Hades comes out this fall. I could be wrong. So I really, really want to read this, and if I get this paper, then I'll read the others after it. It'd be smarter to wait and to hold off to when it's closer to when The House of Hades comes out, but I've been really meaning to get to this because I really liked Percy Jackson and the Olympian series. The next book I don't have in person, but I just recently bought Looking for Alaska by John Green, and I've only ever read one of John Green's books, which was The Fault in Our Stars, so I really wanted to read some more. So the next one, I want to start with Looking for Alaska because I own that one, and then from there I'll get other ones. So I'm going to start by writing down Looking for Alaska. Next few books I want to read are all by Jane Austen, and they're in this massive book that I got back in, I think like January or something. No, maybe it was before that. Maybe like, it's only been a couple months. But I bought this book and it has 7 novels in it. And in it are books I have not read. Northanger Abbey, Emma, Lady Susan, Persuasion, and Mansfield Park. So pretty much almost all of them. I've already mentioned Sense and Sensibility, but this is so big. I don't know why I got this because it's so humongous that I would never want to take this anywhere with me. But I do want to read those books, so those are going in the jar. Okay, the next two and maybe the last 2 books I'm going to put in here. I bought this, I think I got this online actually, but the 2 books inside are Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Quidditch Through the Ages. And I love the Harry Potter series, most of you know that, but I haven't read these. I skimmed through them obviously when I got them. I think I got these in December, so I haven't had them too long, and they're so tiny, they'll take no time to read, but I really want to read these, so I'm going to put both of these in the jar as well. So for now, I just have a little bit, like I don't have too many, but this is a really big jar for just a few scraps. But these are just the books that I own. Oh, I totally forgot to do all the ones I got at the used store. Okay, well, this is a start. I'm going to go through more of my shelves, like my older books and stuff that I've gotten from like secondhand stores, and I'm going to go through and just add all of them in here. Maybe after this current series I'm reading, maybe I'll pull from the book jar. So let me know if you guys have a book jar, if you're going to create a book jar. It's not as bad as I thought. Like on my bookshelf behind me, I counted, I had 105 books on there that I have read, and then I had like, I don't know, I think I had like 105 on my shelf or so that I have read, and then like 20 or so on my shelf I haven't read. So that's actually not that bad. Actually, that's pretty good. And then I also have the shelf of books I got like for super crazy cheap that I have not read. So those ones don't bother me as much. I haven't read them because they were such good deals, but these ones behind me were like all full price pretty well, and it's a shame that they're just sitting on my shelf collecting dust. So anyways, I'm gonna go. I hope you like this video. I think this is a good idea and I plan on using it in the future, so I'm gonna go, but I will see you all tomorrow with another video.